What's up to my raw and real ones out there? It's T's bringing that heat. Got some more spill for the real. Now, the fight's been over for a past week or so. You know, Crawford, Spence, that is. Everybody know. Let's be honest. Everybody know. That was not Spence that night of the fight. That was not the Spence that we all are used to seeing. Let's keep it 100. Everybody, even the people that picked Crawford, said that wasn't Spence that night. He was off. Something was wrong. So, a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know what goes on in the gym and how it affects fighters and, between fights and different fights. But truth be told, there was a lot of variables in that fight. You know what I'm saying? Eye exam plus 2 pairs of glasses. A lot of variables in that fight. But the main thing was Spence never had to endure with a fighter as sharp as Terrence Crawford. It's about pinpoint accuracy. And it gave him a lot of trouble. It did give him a lot of trouble. And not to mention, fighting him in the softball stance. It's a different look. I don't know what Derek James' plan was. Did he train Spence he trained him for the switch, or was he expecting Crawford to come out in orthodox form, then switch to softball and be ready? But I don't know if he expected Spence he expected Crawford to stay in the southpaw stance all night. I don't know if he expected that or thought maybe, I don't know. But we all can agree that wasn't Spence that night. And here's a few things that happen in the gym that you guys might not know. Now, every fight Spence done fought for the last couple fights, all of them he won was due to a layoff. Now, I'm not making any excuses for Spence. Let me get this straight now. I was going for Spence. I'm a real one. I was going for Spence. I thought Spence was going to win. I thought the pressure was going to be too much for Crawford. I thought a lot of things. I'm not making no excuses for the man, but I am going to tell y'all from my personal ring experience and things that can happen that can affect you in the fight. Now, the thing about it is his last fight's been layoffs. Rigorous training. Fight don't happen. He pull out. Crawford gets basically you could say a tune-up fight with Avanesian. He stays sharp. Spence waiting on him to fight. Negotiations didn't fall through. He pull out. That's the Crawford fight. Then Spence came back after the Ugas fight. That was another layoff with the torn retina. Car accident. The Danny fight before that. All these layoffs that he's fighting before fights is just finally catching up with him. You cannot train that long before having a fight. The layoffs was too much. It was too far and few. It was too far in between. It's like he had too many layoffs. So all them sparring sessions, all this keeping your weight under truck, all this is taxing on your body. It's taxing on your body because you're training more than you're fighting. So when you peak, everything is left in the gym. When you get in the ring for fight night, actually, you got to muster that shit up from somewhere and try to pull through. You got to count you having more sparring sessions, more rigorous training due to these long layoffs. Then when you get to the fight, you drain. You ain't got shit left because you left it all in the gym. And people don't understand, when you sparring, you working on shit, you trying to work on, I mean, your body's still taking punishment. You still getting knocked around in that motherfucker. Your headgear on, whatever is heavy, your gloves, headgear, but your brain is still rattling in your skull. And then when the real fight comes in regular speed, when the gloves are lighter, and you're dealing with a sharp, quick-ass fighter too, and he fighting the stance that you haven't saw in a minute, yeah, it's like going from kindergarten to college. It's a real culture shock real quick. And that's what I mean by the layoffs. Now, I believe, personally, if Crawford would have fought him when he was originally supposed to fight him, instead of fighting Avanesian, we probably would have got a different fight. Because Spence just came off the Ugas win. But again, that layoff, I believe, I made a video about it too when I was saying that Crawford could make a powerful chess move to gain him the edge. Y'all can look that up on YouTube. I mean, that's how I felt at that time when he made that move. You know? And it probably still holds some weight today. But every video I make, y'all see it come to fruition later or sooner or later. I'm trying to tell y'all, I know this shit. And I just believe it would have been. Now, going up in weight, let's be honest. I vow with Spence. Because Spence is playing a dangerous game. I know he wants the Crawford rematch. He wants the bread. But I would test 54 out first before I just go right back to Crawford. Because it ain't like you fighting for the belts at 54. So what's the rush? I know you want to catch Crawford before he retired, but, you know, what's the rush? But I'll get a tune-up fight first to see how I feel at 54. You know what I'm saying? Just to fill out that weight division. But going in there with a heavier Crawford, a sharp Crawford, a heavier Crawford, punches coming harder, after what we just saw, I don't think that would be the best idea for you right now. Get your feet wet with the 54 pounders. I mean, you know, I know Earl don't like tune-ups and shit, but shit, I mean, face Castano. Because that's your type of style of fight. And that'll be grit. You know what I'm saying? Castano will be a good one for you. But, because he going to be in your face, he going to be in your chest, just like you. I think that'll be a good test for you. At least face a former world champion before, you know. But people leave a lot in the gym, people. But it's not all Earl, too, because that's due to your training. Your trainer got to know your body just as well as you do. You can't have a trainer that's just always talking about how you feel, how you feel, how you feel. No, you the trainer. You know what you're putting your fighter through. You know how you watch the body language. You know what he responds to and what he don't. So he can say, I feel good, because because a fighter's mentality is go, 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 go. He's going to say he feel good so he can get the best workout he possibly can be in and try to be in the best shape he possibly can be in. But sometimes as a trainer, you got to know when it's too much for your fighter. Fighters don't have no quit switch. That's why it's up to the referee and everybody else to save the fighters from themselves. When you a fighter, it's just something in you that you gon' die in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? You see what Wilder fired his trainer for throwing in the motherfucking towel. It's just the mode that you in is like, we fighting. We are fighting. And it's a switch you hit. But if you leave it all in the gym and you can't carry it to the ring, it ain't gonna mean shit. It's like you going to the casino hitting for $20,000, but you playing the money back, it never make it to do no good. So everything you done won, if it don't make it out the casino, it's like you never won it. So I just want you guys to think about that. You know, that's probably why we don't see the Spence, these layoffs, see the Spence that we normally seeing. These layoffs is hurting them. It's just that with this particular fighter, he dealt with someone just as sharp, someone accurate, someone on point, someone who's the ability of versatility, who basically just had more tools. And that's my opinion and my assessment of why Earl didn't perform like Earl supposed to perform, or the Earl that we are used to seeing perform. But hey, please tell me what y'all think. Shoot them comments at me, man. Let's chop it up. Let's see what y'all talking about. Let's scramble some eggs in this motherfucker. Raw and real, baby. Peace.